Century eggs. The century egg is a staple that often shocks newcomers. Despite the name, these eggs aren't actually 100 years old, nor are they 1,000. They are typically duck, chicken, or quail eggs preserved in a mixture of clay, ash, salt, quicklime, and rice hulls. This process can take anywhere from a few weeks to several months. During this time, a chemical reaction occurs that completely transforms the egg. The white of the egg turns into a translucent, dark brown jelly with a salty flavor. The yolk is even more surprising, turning a creamy, dark green or gray color with a strong smell of sulfur and ammonia. While it sounds intense, the texture is incredibly smooth. In Chinese households, these are often served with silken tofu and a splash of soy sauce or ginger. It is a dish defined by its umami flavor, deep, savory richness that is highly prized. For many, it is the ultimate comfort food, despite its unusual appearance. Stinky tofu. If you walk through a night market in Taiwan or mainland China, you will likely smell stinky tofu long before you see the stall. The scent is often compared to wet socks, rotting garbage, or strong blue cheese. This powerful odor comes from the fermentation process. Fresh tofu is soaked in a brine made from fermented milk, vegetables, and meat, sometimes for months. Interestingly, the stronger the smell, the better the tofu is said to taste. Once deep fried, the outside becomes incredibly crispy, while the inside remains soft and juicy. The fermentation gives the tofu a mild, savory, and slightly earthy flavor that doesn't match the aggressive smell at all. It is usually served with pickled cabbage and a spicy garlic sauce. It is a true test for any food lover. Can you get past the smell to enjoy the unique flavor? It remains one of the most iconic street foods in the region. Bird's nest soup. Bird's nest soup is one of the most expensive and rare delicacies in the world. Often called the caviar of the East, what makes it strange is the main ingredient, the nest of the swiftlet bird. These birds don't use twigs or feathers to build their homes. Instead, they use their own saliva, which hardens into a solid shape. Harvesting these nests is a dangerous task, as they are often found high up in limestone caves. Once collected, the nests are cleaned and dissolved in water to create a soup. The texture is unique, somewhat jelly-like and slightly crunchy at the same time. While the nest itself doesn't have a strong taste, it absorbs the flavors of the sweet broth it is cooked in. In Chinese culture, this soup is more than just food. It is a powerful medicine believed to boost the immune system, aid digestion, and even make the skin look younger. Chicken feet. In many Western countries, chicken feet are discarded as waste. However, in China, they are a beloved snack known as phoenix talons. This dish is a masterpiece of texture rather than meat. There is very little muscle on a chicken foot. It is almost entirely skin, tendons, and cartilage. The preparation is often very detailed. The feet are first deep fried to puff up the skin, then marinated in a savory sauce made of fermented black beans, soy sauce, and chili. Finally, they are steamed until they are fall off the bone tender. Eating them is an art form. You have to navigate the small bones to get to the chewy, gelatinous skin. They are a staple of dim sum culture, enjoyed slowly over tea. For locals, the high collagen content is a huge bonus, as it is considered excellent for joint health and skin elasticity. Drunken shrimp is a controversial dish because of how it is served. The shrimp are not cooked with heat. Instead, they are cooked in strong alcohol, typically baijiu. The shrimp are placed in a bowl with the alcohol, which makes them drunk and stunned. The strangest part is that the shrimp are often still alive when served. They may twitch or move even as they are being eaten. The alcohol serves two purposes. It sanitizes the raw seafood and adds a sharp, biting flavor to the sweet, delicate meat. This dish is considered a delicacy in parts of eastern China, prized for the absolute freshness of the ingredients. It is a sensory experience. Silkworm Pupae. China has been famous for its silk production. A side effect of this massive industry is a surplus of silkworm pupae. They became a popular source of protein, usually deep-fried or grilled on skewers at outdoor markets. The experience of eating a silkworm pupa is unique. The outer shell is thin and crispy, while the inside has a soft, creamy texture. The flavor is described as nutty or similar to corn, though some say it has a medicinal aftertaste. Because they are packed with vitamins and minerals, they are seen as a superfood of the insect world. In a world moving towards sustainable food sources, these little snacks are gaining more attention as a high-protein alternative to traditional meats. Snake soup has been a traditional delicacy in southern China and Hong Kong for over 2,000 years. It is particularly popular during the winter months because it is believed to be a warming food that improves blood circulation. The soup is made from 2 or 3 different types of snakes, including cobras or water snakes. The snake meat is shredded into thin, white strips that look like chicken. Most people who try it say it tastes exactly like chicken, though the texture is tougher and more fibrous. The soup is usually thickened with starch and flavored with mushrooms, ginger, and lemon leaves to create a fragrant, hearty meal. While the idea of eating snake might be frightening, it is treated with great respect in Chinese medicine as a way to maintain health during the cold season. Blood jelly. Often referred to as blood tofu, this dish is made by taking fresh pig's blood and mixing it with salt water until it solidifies into a firm, jelly-like block. These blocks are then cut into dark red cubes that look very similar to regular tofu, but with a deeper, richer color. Despite the name, the dish does not have a bloody or metallic taste. Instead, it is very mild and acts like a sponge, absorbing the flavors of whatever broth it is cooked in. The texture is what people enjoy most. It is incredibly silky and smooth, even more so than regular tofu. You will often find these cubes in spicy Sichuan hot pots or served in a simple soup with chives and ginger. This traditional dish may seem strange and unacceptable to many, but for some, it's a natural part of their daily culture. While some find it unpalatable, others appreciate its unique texture and the way it's absorbed. These dishes may seem very strange, but ultimately they are part of everyday life for people around the world.